Here, sun's going down, so I won't be able to make a too long video. I want to talk to you guys about healing. I am making serious progress, and I'm seeing myself improve, and it all coincides with being able to accept where I am and being able to listen to where I am and what's happening, and to understand that the illness is the cure. And when I began to really examine these symptoms that the doctors say, well, that's normal with a dissection, with a ripped aorta, that you would feel panic. This is kind of, and a feeling of doom is one of the symptoms. So they say, well, that's normal within the realm of the weird things that happen to people with aortic dissection. But you know, I really wanted to look at it, and I've been doing a lot of work examining that feeling of terror, because the fact of the matter is, it harkens to me. It reminds me of something, and I know that it has to do with past experiences of terror. But more than that, I think that the truth is, whether I knew it or not consciously, I spent a lot of my life in terrible anxiety. Now, I don't feel like I knew that. I did know it when I became sick. I realized that I had been judging myself and harshly critical and not loving of myself for my whole life. And now I'm feeling that, you know, your body actually makes pathways, makes kind of ruts, literally, in your brain and in your endocrine system, your neurotransmitters, based upon what your focus is at. So a lifetime of criticism created anxiety or fear, fear of being wrong, fear of being right, fear of my power. And that has left a biological imprint that I have now an opportunity to heal. So every time that I have these symptoms which begin with a feeling of terror, I have had to breathe through them. There is no other option. I just have to accept them and breathe. And in learning to do that 20 times an hour, 10 times an hour, I have gotten very strong. I mean, at first it was just like, oh my God, I can't do anything but breathe and be here now. It's the only answer. It's the only way. But as time has gone on, I've realized that the longer that I am able to breathe and just be with the terror, the stronger I'm getting, and the less the terror even matters. I still get the symptom, but it's a sensation or a phenomena. It's not important. And that is making me strong. And I am grateful. I feel that I am not afraid. I am not even afraid of fear. I am not going to be convinced by anyone that this is the end for me. I'm going to take control. Because I honestly feel like there is no way that I went through all of that and miraculously survived just so I can die homeless in New England. That's not going to happen. It doesn't make any sense. It's not how this life that I have lived, is supposed to end, and I know that. And I only know that because I've gotten so good at sitting in fear. And I've realized I have nothing to fear. It's all part of the dream. And I have awakened. And yes, throughout this whole thing, I went back into the dream because the dream was very real. You know, you have to give me that. But it has remained the dream. And I know that none of this that is happening is real in the sense of my light, or the light from which we all come. That is indestructible. So, to survive and thrive, I have tried, and I'm getting better and better, stronger and stronger, to just simply sit with the light. And this is working. And what I'm seeing is the more that I do that, physically better I feel. And that gives me great hope and great faith. And you know, one night, some few nights ago, maybe 4, I don't know, I was having a nightmare, and I woke up and I was laying there feeling that same, I was burning up, which I believe is burning up the karma. And you know, I thought I was Phoenix risen. Okay, not quite, not completely risen, still burning a little bit, but burning off karma, burning off fear. And I was laying there feeling all of this, and I remembered the silly thing that I forget, which is ask and it is given. Always. Ask and it is given. And so I said, look, make this really clear to me, because I'm a doo-doo head, frequently can't feel it, can't hear it in my head. I have to experience it. It has to be really clear with me. So I said, make it very, very clear to me. Is this the end? Let me know. Make it so I don't have any question what is happening. Is this the end or just the beginning? Show me. Show me physically. And just as the heat was burning off of me, I felt filled with joy and hope and clarity. And I sat up and I meditated for a couple of hours, and at the end of that meditation, I understood a great deal. A lot of the earlier instructions were further elaborated on. I understood what I'm supposed to be doing, why I'm alive. I'm going to get through this. I am going to survive. I'm going to thrive. And the rest of my life will be in service to the whole, to God. And I began to dream again. And I came up with some really wonderful visions. And I'm very excited about them. And every single day, I'm able to be awake for longer, sitting up for longer, and take these little walks. And I'm very excited about that. One of the things that is so exciting or hopeful is that I've been told I'll never be able to do anything strenuous again. I won't be able to live my life like I used to, but I can walk. Now, how good, how awesome is that? That I can do the one thing that was the best, most awesome, most fulfilling thing I'd ever done before. I can return to walking. And I've got a goal. I would like to take up walking again from the place that the dissection happened, where I stopped walking, on a date 1 year later that I stopped. No, everything has to change. I can't do it the way I used to. I can't push the cart and I can't camp. I can't do anything like that, but I can walk and talk and greet you and come out and be with you. And we have a lot to talk about. I think we very much need to talk about what are we doing and what is making us sick, what is making us heal, what is helping us heal, what is possible, what is impossible. What do we think about the situation, and what are we going to do about the situation in our hospitals, which any of you, and many of you I know, have been spending time in hospitals. A lot of folks are getting very seriously sick, and many of you have told me your horror stories, and I have my own to add. And my question is, why? Why are we turning in this direction for healing, and what would real healing look like? Let's talk about that. Let's dream about that. Let's create it. So I'm really excited because I have a dream. Now, it's going to be complicated, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to demand everything of me. But that's all right. I got nothing else to do. So, that's the update. I feel so much better, so much stronger, since I surrendered to my own terror and misery and pain and suffering, as it always is. I don't know why I always have to learn these lessons a gazillion times before I get them, really get them, but I'm getting closer, and this was an experience that challenged me deeply, and the fact that I've returned is a good sign. It means I am learning something.